And would you say they're your favorites that come out the East?
Yeah,
Do you still have them as your favorites?
for sure. Yeah.
I
I mean, I
don't
hope it's the Celtics. But
I
actually, I hope it would be Philly, maybe.
Philly would be cool, but I just don't see Milwaukee right now as the favorites out the East. I agree
That's
with you that
good
Philadelphia.
because there's 20 games in, so you
The,
don't have to. It's okay.
well, I was gonna say, like you said, I think Philadelphia or Boston are a better looking team.
Yeah, the whole last year thing kind of soured my taste of Boston, but Philly is pipe dream. But
Well,
hey,
is
man, they could be Denver's last year. A
that's
team that's just really good with a really good MVP player, with a young rising point guard and a bunch of solid role players who have never had any postseason success.
who?
That
What
could
team?
that was Denver last year
Yeah, and who are you
until
comparing?
until it.
What
I'm saying
team?
Philly. Philly
I,
could be Denver last year.
I agree. I agree with that.
Uh, well, I think with the Bucks,
It sucks that Damian
it's
Lillard had 7 points in an elimination, like in a like the semifinals. That's bad, right?
well, shooters are gonna shoot. Yeah, I mean,
I
but in a
would,
7 game series is what you gotta think. Like Dame's not gonna struggle
in all seven
probably on
games.
consecutive games, and we'll probably have one or two bad games in a 7 gamer. Uh,
I'm
I mean, he
pulling.
touched the trophy, which you can't touch
Oh, you think
that
he
ball.
jinxed himself?
I think he did jinx himself, but they had to do when they got Dame. It was like they didn't base their offseason around getting Dame. So I think next year the Bucks will probably be better than they are right now.
I think their biggest problem is they have the 23rd ranked defense, 10th ranked defense rating, and right here when you look at this, like I mean, this is obviously like it should be the Giannis Antetokounmpo show, but Dame is. I mean, he's awesome and stuff, and he's dropping 26 a night. But outside of those two, they don't have like a third scorer. They're getting 13 and a half from Brooke. They're getting 13 from 12 and a half from Chris, 12 from Malik, 11 from Bobby, 8 from Jay, 6.5 from Campaign, 6 from Pat Connaughton, 5.5 from Marjon Beauchamp. I'm not gonna say it's like the highest scoring team, and not even like that's the answer. Like clearly, like offensively, they're fine because they're the third best in the league, but defensively, there isn't really much defense being played there, and Damian Lillard isn't much better than a cone when he's out there guarding. Do you go out and trade for somebody like? Obviously, Jared Vanderbilt's or and Gary Payton aren't going to be available, but do you try to go and get like a Matisse Thybulle?
I'm off the train. It's getting a little too long. Uh, yeah, you do.
You have to go get a defensive stopper. That's my thought, right?
Yeah, but they'll probably wait till the offseason.
You don't think they sign anyone during the season? I just don't know or
I mean,
trade
like
for.
who?
Yeah, you're right. Who? Austin Rivers.
Not for a defensive stopper.
Who's
like, um,
realistically available that they could trade? T.J. McConnell. He's not really a stopper. Like he'll stop, get stops, but
yeah,
it's hard. It's hard. All the good defensive players are on rosters.
they've given up 125 straight games.
125. What do you
No,
mean?
120 points in 5 straight games.
That's fucking terrible, dude. Isn't that what
I don't
Anthony?
think Chris. I think there's like Chris Milton's contract's really bad for his level of play now. If this is the new
Do you
norm, I get
package?
it. He's playing short minutes, but
Would you package a bunch of second round picks or one first round pick with Chris Middleton for Jeremy Grant? Does that solve the defense and give you offense?
but
Who would you rather have, Chris Middleton or Jeremy Grant on this team?
Jimmy Crane.
Yes.
That's like, I mean, Jeremy Grant's playing like all-star.
I haven't been checking his stats this season, but has he done the same thing he's done the last couple of years?
I mean, even if he was, still better than Chris Middleton because of how Chris Middleton's
Yeah, he's
playing
averaging
since he got back from that injury.
Jeremy
Jeremy's probably averaging like 24 points.
23, 23, 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists, a steal and a half a night, shooting 44% from the field.
Yeah, that's just a big ask.
Yeah, honestly, they should. Jeremy Grant's a way better defender. I would so go for Jeremy Grant. That's a great deal. I just don't know what the trade value is there, but yeah, I mean, I agree with you. The contract's awful, awful that they have. I think there needs to be a move made. If not, they're not winning a championship this year. They're winning a championship next year if they don't make the right moves. At least that's my thought.
Yeah, probably.
Now,